All right, so quick story time. Next month, I'm not gonna eat anything because I'm not gonna get paid out of all the commissions or all the cars I sold this month, the end of September. Story time. I'm sure all of you in the car sales space, or if you work at a dealership, you know how CSI or customer satisfaction surveys play a big role in your pay. Depending on your pay plan, if you get one bad survey, if not one question out of the whole survey of all the questions the customer gets after the sale, you are screwed because your pay gets cut in half of what it used, or of what it would be on your paycheck. Now, story time. Boom. My manager called me 30 minutes ago. He's like, hey, you got a bad survey. I got a 4 out of 5. Out of 10 to 50 questions, only one question was the customer was not satisfied at all. He gave me a 3 on 5 because I missed something I didn't explain properly. I told the guy after I put the plates, I went over the vehicle. I work for a Ford dealership, so you can imagine. If you work for a Ford dealership, you have to, activate the whole Ford Pass. You have to go through the whole vehicle with them, ask them questions like, hey, do you have any questions about this? Do you know how to connect this? And I still do it for them, right? And so, long story short, right after the guy, he was going to leave, I told him, hey, I'm your guy. If you have any questions, I even told him about this. If I get a 4 on 5 on the 10 questions, I'm not going to get paid. It's not going to look good for me. I'm not going to eat for next month. Bingo, I'm not. But anyways, I try to stay positive because either way, I did sell or I had some gross in the books, right? But not that much. I mean, my pay is going to be cut in half either way. It's going to be a big lesson because even though I told the guy and I gave him great service, I don't know if it was the best, in his eyes, but I did what I did what I could. I can't pull nothing out of my, butt. I can't do nothing. I can't do miracles. But I did my best. The guy wasn't satisfied. I can't do anything. I can't switch the survey. I remember a long time we could, but not anymore. They patched. They made a patch. They patched the notes. They updated their system. So if you get a 4 out of 5, obviously 3 out of 5, you can probably change it. 2 out of 5, you can probably talk to the customer for them to switch it. But when it's a 4 on 5, you can't do anything. You can't even switch it. You can't even call the customer and tell them like, hey, what's wrong? That I did something wrong. And I guess big part of it is it was over the weekend, so I didn't have time to call the customer because I was busy with other customers. And so that comes to show you how big the follow-up is. Until it happened to me, I understood it. Follow up with your customer. 5 hours later, give them a call. An hour later, give them a call. Next day, give him a call in the morning, like, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? Do you have any questions about the vehicle? No. Okay, no problem. This is my number here, here, and here. I don't know how many times I said I was going to do it. I didn't do it. And this time, it did bite me in the butt. Now, my pay is going to be cut in half of my next paycheck. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, hey, take this as a big lesson for anybody in car sales. If you're new in car sales, hey, this is not, take it as you want. But this is my advice. Follow up with your customer after the sale. A little text. I failed to even do that. The most simple task, not following up. It can bite you in the ass. It can cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of your paycheck. Imagine if you sold 30 cars, gross, and you get a certain percentage of selling, right? If you have a good survey. Now imagine if you get a bad survey, that gets cut in half. Not good. Not good at all. I had to do this video because if not, I'm gonna forget and I'm not gonna do it. So might as well place a camera in the back. That's it. This month I ended up with 9.5 cars. Obviously, that is awful for the store that I'm currently working at. We did good last month. This month we did. I'm not sure. I don't have the numbers specifically, but I know for a fact that if I did, have really good growth in the, on my vehicles, and I didn't get a bad survey, I was gonna, be okay paycheck, right? Okay. All of my minis are $500. You can imagine. All that cut in half, I'm not gonna make anything. But anyways, This is a big learning moment. I cost pretty much my manager's pay, bonus, not paycheck, because imagine, but bonuses. Yeah, it's a big learning curve, guys. Please follow up. I'm gonna replay this video over and over again in my head so I can follow up with my sold customers, just so there's no misunderstanding. There's nothing, missing, because it can bite you in the butt for not saying other word. Take the as a learning curve. Learn from me. Bye.